is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
Today, we are discussing Oi to the World, which originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Sunday, December 14th. It's currently available to stream on Hallmark Plus. If you enjoy these episodes from us, you might really enjoy our Patreon. It's a great way to support the work we do here on Girls Gone Hallmark. It is the bargain price of $5 a month. And for that, you get 4 bonus podcast episodes from us, Megan and Wendy. They drop on Mondays, almost always. They're a good time, a little more loose, a little more relaxed, a little more fun sometimes. You can get your first week completely free over there at patreon.com/Megan and Wendy. You can check it out and check out the back catalog of episodes to see what you're getting yourself into.
Yikes. Is all I got to say about it. No, just kidding.
This is a fun month over there because it's Pop Culture Club, which we do every month, what we're watching, reading, and listening. We did our holiday wish list. We do our annual Supersize Megan and Wendy approved episode, which is all of our favorites from the year. It's a bonus episode month, so there's 5 episodes. It's a good time to join.
Yeah, for $5. And we're going to take a little Hallmark break. There's still new content coming out from us. Maybe some repeated content coming out from here, Girls Gone Hallmark, in this feed. So if you're like, I need fresh stuff from Megan and Wendy, come over to Patreon. Even like 1 week is free. You can listen to a lot of stuff in 1 week.
That's right.
Are you ready for a synopsis?
I am.
Oi to the World. When a burst water line forces a temple to seek shelter, a neighboring church opens its doors, leading to a rare holiday overlap where Hanukkah's final night and Christmas Eve fall on the same day. Old high school rivals Nikki and Jake are pushed into working together on a joint youth music program, discovering that collaboration, not competition, may be the real miracle of the season.
Paula L. directed Oi to the World. With 22 directing credits, Paula also directed In Merry Measure, Magic and Mistletoe, and the Christmas Contest for Hallmark.
That's a name I'm not familiar with.
No, me either, but we are familiar with those movies, so...
The Christmas Contest, I am.
John Brotherton and CCB.
Yeah. Rick Garman wrote the script for Oi to the World. You'll recognize Rick from all of the Cherry Lane movies, 2 of the Groomsmen movies, and many others, including You Had Me at Aloha and Groundswell.
Brooke D'Orsay plays Nikki. This is Brooke's 57th acting credit and her first appearance on Hallmark this year. In 2024, she was in 3 movies for the network, Deck the Halls on Cherry Lane, Following Yonder Star, and Crimes of Fashion, Killer Clutch.
Yo, if you haven't watched Following Yonder Star, Jeff Beasley movie, real good.
Little heartstring tugger.
So good. We didn't review it.
We did not.
There's always like one that like we don't review and it ends up being really good.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Epstein plays Jake. With 69 acting credits, Jake has been in just about everything, everywhere recently. He was in 3 of the Unwrapping Christmas movies, 4 Hearts Around the Table movies, 4 episodes of Mistletoe Murders, and also appeared in a episode of Ripple on Netflix,
which we are also reviewing here on Girls Gone Hallmark. Curtis Lovell plays Dave. This is Curtis's 10th acting project, and he previously appeared in Checkin' It twice in 2023. Stelina Rusich plays Elaine. Among her 41 acting credits include the Hallmark Project's Junebug and Notes of Autumn.
David Julian Hirsch plays Rabbi Levi Cohen. This appears to be David's first Hallmark movie among his 46 acting credits. His other recent credits include Fallen Angels Murderer Club, Heroes and Felons, and the series Jupiter's Legacy. Harrison Coe plays Paul Roberts. This appears to be Harrison's first Hallmark project among his 42 acting credits. He recently appeared in the movies Girl Taken and Mormon Mom Gone Wrong, the Ruby Frankie story. Shay Quinn plays Cynthia, Nikki's mom. This is Shay's 6th acting project and her first Hallmark movie. Young Nikki is played by Juliette Hawk, and young Jake is played by Axel Mars Django Hansen. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with our first impression of Oi to the World. Hey, Wendy, what was your first impression of Oi to the World? Nobody wants this.
Do you get it? My first impression is put on your boxing gloves, potentially controversial take. I love the title of this movie and how it ties into the story.
Oh, low-hanging fruit.
Let's talk what we liked.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Jake is doing the most in a good way. Jake Epstein is easily my anchor in this movie. He's real funny.
Very.
I think he's so good at delivery and timing, and he brings an ease to the character and the situations that the character is in. I enjoyed watching him. Every scene he's in, I'm all in on it. Jake Epstein is not like a Hallmark actor where I'm like, oh, whoa, he's amazing. But he always delivers comedy for me. And this year's turn in Mistletoe Murders is what swayed me the most. I enjoy what he brings to characters.
Yeah. I liked Jake too. You know, I ride hard for my girl, Brooke D'Orsay. I'm a huge fan of hers. I always have been. If you haven't watched Royal Pains, she's great in that. I really like her in this role. I think she typically takes softer roles that are in... She doesn't typically take a ton of comedic roles on Hallmark. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed bantery Brooke D'Orsay. She delivers some comedic lines with a throwaway quality that I really enjoyed. I felt like her tone was very different from what we're used to seeing from her. She's usually Little Miss Sunshine, and she has a little bit of an edge to her in this movie, and I liked seeing that.
I agree with you there that this was a different kind of character for her. Yeah. I like her too. I like her a lot. I mean, she's in that movie.
Following Yonder Star.
She's great in that movie. She does appear in my wishes, though. Not as Brooke, but her character appears in my wishes.
Okay. I thought Brooke and Jake had a lot of fun with this movie. This movie is not going to make any top 5 lists from this season. I'm aware of that. I did find it watchable and enjoyable and knew what the movie is called, Oi to the World. I was expecting silliness. I was expecting a little choir hijinks. I was expecting children. I know that these are things that turn you off.
Me?
Yes. But I thought they had a good time. Now, I do have a healthy number of wishes, but I thought this movie was fun.
I think you came into this movie because you live in this world.
The holiday world?
The choir world.
Oh, that's funny because that stuff was like the least interesting to me. I live in like a musical theater world, a performing world. Not for me myself, because of my kid. I did find it completely unbelievable that a choir director would never sing. That's never going to happen. But I thought they brought the fun. I thought they clearly had like an enemies to lovers thing going on here, and it didn't bother me. I didn't fully necessarily buy into the basis of their disagreement. Just like, oh, I mean, he turns everything into a competition. Okay, whatever. Things happen. People grow apart. Sometimes you're like, I don't like that person, and I can't even remember why, right?
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the push and pull they had with each other.
Yeah. Would you hang on to this moment in time that happened as were they like young high schoolers?
Maybe. I'm a petty bee sometimes.
I didn't hate the childhood rivalry part of this movie. As I sit here and question, like, would you hang on to this? I probably would. I am 50 years old and I do have nightmares about middle school.
Sure,
sometimes.
Me too. Who doesn't?
Yeah. But, their history isn't rooted in cruelty. Like,
right. He wasn't her childhood bully.
Yeah, exactly. Like, remember holidays last year when we were supposed to forgive those two girls who were like so mean to each other?
Right.
That's not the case here. Like, we have like two competitive students.
Right.
So watching them as adults, like, kind of move away from that.
Yeah.
It made sense to me. It didn't totally like land. Like, I didn't love like when they meet each other in the bakery and he's like, I'm here to get the last like ladyfingers. And then
she orders
Yeah,
that's kind of mean.
Yeah. I was like, come on.
Yeah. I didn't love that either.
I didn't love that. One thing I really liked, I actually did enjoy their original song at the end of this movie.
Me too.
I thought it was cute. It did make me pause for a second, though. We did talk about The Snow Must Go On and how the actor took the lead role in that production.
Oh, yeah. And the teachers take over.
They take the lead role in this production, too. I'm like,
Yeah, you are absolutely right. That's a good point. because the story here is about Nikki being able to perform. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I did enjoy their song. I thought it was really cute. And they got like the parishioners. Is that what you call them? I'm not very religious, guys.
Probably that's not what you call the people that were.
The people in the crowd.
Yeah, I think that's what you call church people because it's a parish, but that's not what you would call the
They
people.
were at the church.
Yeah, but some of them were at a Jewish service.
Correct.
So some of them are parishioners, and I don't know what you call people who are attending a Jewish service.
I don't either, but
Synagogueans.
my point is everybody was into it. They
Yes.
were like, I'm surprised they didn't throw up their hands to the sky and like wave their flashlights and stuff. But it was cute. It was cute.
I think so too. Look, I talked about the title of this movie. She and Jake are trying to find a way to marry their two traditions together. How can we do a performance that honors both? And then someone says joy to the world. And then my head was like, oi to the world. And they said it. Look, sometimes stupid humor like that lands for me. And I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. I was just perhaps in the right mood for it.
But I believe there is a song called Oi to the World.
Okay.
So it's not completely original.
We're talking about Hallmark. Originality is not always the goal here.
Actually, it is Oi, O-I to the World is a punk rock Christmas album by the Vandals. So I think the Oi has different origins here.
I don't think there's anything original about it. I'm sure it's been used in Chrismukkah celebrations in the past. Mm-hmm. My final like about this movie is there were some very humorous lines. I think they're talking about the choir rooms and Jake goes there Whoville after the Grinch stole Christmas. Really funny. Nikki says, why did your mom invite me to Hanukkah dinner? And he says, she wants you to try on her wedding dress to see if it fits.
Yes.
He throws the line away.
Funny.
So great. She gets embarrassed at one point and she goes, I'm going to go drink some poison and walks off. I laughed out loud. They bring the comedy in this.
Yeah, there was a lot of comedy.
I mean, this was a silly, ridiculous movie and it made me laugh. Let us talk about some wishes.
Yes, can we? I'm going to this is where my first impression comes in. We live in a world where a show called Nobody Wants This exists. It's a show on Netflix. It's 2 seasons. It's been Golden Globe, Emmy nominated. It is about a Jewish rabbi and a non-practicing woman. Have you watched this show?
Of course I have.
What I'm talking about here is the biggest tension in that show is we have a man of faith and a woman who is not. And will these two be together? Can they be together? Can they be accepted together? This movie, Oi to the World, same concept, no strife, no tension about anything. The parents are trying to marry them off.
Yes. I hear that. You think there should have been a little friction.
Yeah.
Now, just to push back for the sake of conversation, I agree with you. There should have been some friction. I had a Jewish roommate in college, and she had a Catholic boyfriend, and her parents were very much not cool with that. Mm-hmm. You know, Noah and Nobody Wants This. He's a rabbi, has some like bigger pressures on him than maybe your average Jewish person, although
Fair.
Jake does have a rabbi for a father. Yeah, perhaps there should have been some friction. The mom does say like, we'll have the kids bat mitzvahed. And the other mom's like, we'll talk about it. Like, it's Hallmark. But
yeah, but remember, they did this really well last year. Christmas with the Sings, where you like walked away from it going like, this is so triggering.
Yeah, I was so traumatized.
Yeah, because of blending of families and traditions and this and that.
Sure.
It could have existed in this movie.
You are correct. Well, if I may, taking a little help from a friend for my wish section, we received an email from Jen with some really wonderful thoughts about this movie. And she has a perspective that I do not. And so I'm going to share her wishes from her perspective. She starts by saying, first off, I liked the movie. I thought the leads were good and there were funny moments. It explored good topics, like how long it can take to get your career started, childhood trauma affecting us as adults. It had some more clever camera work and editing than many Hallmark movies. The kids were used in the correct amount, and it was not anti-Semitic. Ooh, talking about the camera work, I forgot to mention that in my likes. When they're panning back and forth in that chaotic scene where Nikki and Jake are trying to out-sing each other, and it just like whooshes. It's fun. She says all of that to go in with, here are some thoughts. Is this a Hanukkah movie is the question she asks. And here are her bullet points. For instance, I'm not sure if Never Been Kissed or Leah's Perfect Gift, two movies whose plots I don't like, those are her words, had that many fewer Hanukkah-specific scenes. This Hanukkah movie had only one candle lighting the first night when it's a movie leading up to the last night where the menorah is quickly shown. At that candle lighting, the full prayer is not heard. Until the last combo song, I don't think any Hanukkah songs are sung besides a few bars of dreidel, 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 which that scene was actually quite funny when he realizes that the song he's writing.
Well, what was it? Ambrosia? Something about ambrosia.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. I thought it was funny, though.
It was funny. Speaking of which, dreidels are shown as decoration in the music room, but never played with. The kids would so play with them. I also don't love the idea of giving into having a Hanukkah bush or decorating for Hanukkah in basically the same way as for Christmas, but blue, but I know some Jews do. Sufganiyot, which are donuts, are mentioned but never eaten. Powdered sugar and jam on the nose could be very cute. Latkes are barely seen. When they decide to do fundraisers for the synagogue, there's no effort to turn any of the events into a Hanukkah event, such as a dreidel competition. I don't recall seeing any Hanukkah decorations at the piano bar, which they go to on, I think, the second night of Hanukkah, just Christmas lights. Most important for Hallmark, the kiss at the end of the movie does not take place in front of any symbols of Hanukkah, but outside a church decorated for Christmas, on the outside, even though they are hosting a synagogue. These are all good points.
Valid points. In fact, one of my wishes is stop treating Jewish representation like a side quest. I personally feel we get one movie a year during Countdown to Christmas that centers on the Jewish faith. And this year we get it blended with Christmas. Albeit, I liked the story, but I feel it might be frustrating and maybe a little disrespectful to viewers who sit through 26 other Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And this is their faith and they want to see themselves or their faith or their culture or their traditions represented on TV, and it is not.
I think what we tend to do in these movies is try and find a Hanukkah alternative for many Christmas activities. Like, we have a Christmas tree, we need a Hanukkah bush. No, there's other traditions that you could have brought in place of that to represent that. Like, you don't need a one for one. It's not just the flip side of Christmas. It's its own separate thing.
Right.
Do you have any more wishes?
I do. I have a few. We talked about Brooke's character. You liked this character. I thought she was a little tough to warm to.
Yeah.
A little overly rigid, kind of a know-it-all energy that I am not drawn to.
I feel like you're describing me. I really liked her. I was like, something familiar about her.
You saw yourself represented.
I did, absolutely.
The plot told us exactly where we were going immediately from when Jake's bandmate messes up the date on the flyers. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. I knew that Jake was going to have to be like pulled back to the city and leave the choir to an actual other adult who could handle it. I just knew that that was going to happen.
I actually really liked Dave. I thought
I like Dave too.
A lot of great comic relief in this.
I did too. I thought he was funny too, but like the writing was on the wall.
Sure.
My last wish is a personal nope from me. The whole this isn't a competition through line that they used is like a personal trigger for me personally. I'm bringing my own baggage. I am projecting my own conversations in my own home onto this movie right now. When I say I'm tired to my husband and he says, oh, well, I'm tired too. This is not a competition, dude. And I don't like that.
Yeah, the Pain Olympics.
The Pain Olympics. Exactly. That's all I got for wishes.
Well, let's talk. Did you see that?
Okay. I only have one.
Let's hear it.
It is the Hallmark keepsake ornaments front and center on the shelves when they are out shopping.
Oh my gosh, it's not even on my list.
Really? Yeah.
Well, here's my list. In the beginning, we have Nikki with her kids. They're singing Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and we cut to Jake in his record store, and an electric guitar version of that song is playing in the background. It's a nice transition. When Grandma is resting her broken ankle, she's straight up wearing heels doing it. She's not in sweats. She's dressed head to toe and got her nice shoes on. We had another Brad Paisley song in this movie during the baking montage.
I didn't notice.
I Shazammed it. And finally, this isn't related to see that, but when Jake's mom disagrees with every single compliment, and that is part of her personality, that is a go-to character trait of mine that I would like to break myself of. She's like, oh, the house is a mess. Oh, I ruined dinner. Just go with it.
But how funny is it that he's like, and you're going to say this, and you're going to say
Yes.
this.
Yes. I thought it was great. What did you rate Oi to the World? I'm so scared.
I'm sorry. I gave it 2.5 stars.
I gave it 3.5 stars.
Wow.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark, a Bramble Jam podcast. If you love this podcast, you know we only have one more week of Christmas movies to come here on Girls Gone Hallmark, but we're not going anywhere. So please leave us a 5-star rating and review in your local Apple Podcast app. And we'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.